Hi Internet, today I'm back with another video. This time it's a monster capture game. It's, well, not really a new franchise, but a very good franchise, very fun, lots of colors, creative and interesting monsters, a good storyline, lots of battling. There's even an online mode for some competition stuff. You can battle friends and those kind of things. And of course, if you haven't guessed already, the game I'm talking about is EvoCreo.
Oh look! A sword.
So if you've never heard of the game, it's not surprising. It's actually a fairly new thing, and unlike most games that I review, it's actually an app. So if you have an iPad or a Droid equivalent, if you actually like your money and not buying overpriced merchandise, you could play the game on there. But it will never be on consoles, except maybe the Ouya, but the port on there is garbage, so don't bother. But basically, it's a Pokemon clone. You're trying to capture monsters, battle them, but unlike a lot of the hundreds of Pokemon clones that are already out there in various app forms and Facebook games and Flash things and all that other garbage, this is actually a full standalone game. It's not a pay-to-win, there's no cooldowns, you're not buying tokens with real money. This is just a standalone game. It's 99 cents, which is an astounding price for something that's basically this. And it's actually quite amazing. It improved a lot on the original source material. This is full color, there's battle animations for every move, the creatures all have moving animations. Whichever creature you have set as the first one in battle will actually follow you outside of battle. So it's really kind of cool. It's kind of like in Pokemon Yellow, but it carries through for anyone in your party, not just the one main Pokemon. Creo in this case. Copyright stuff. So it's an improvement of the old game, and not just aesthetic-wise either. So when you're in battle, the first thing you'll notice is that you have 5 Creos in your party instead of 6. So it's one less, which would seem like a limitation, but each one has more moves than a Pokemon would have. And unlike in Pokemon, you don't forget your moves as you move on and get new ones. You can swap them in and out. So you get to have a little more strategy, you get to play around and customize things a little more. Also, you don't have PP with your moves anymore. They don't run out over time. In a battle, you can use one as much as you want. However, different moves have different cooldowns, so you can't use them back to back forever and just use the most powerful move to kill everyone, because if you do that, it'll have a cooldown after the first turn, and now you're left trying to manage your other moves until that one's off cooldown. So, like I said, there's a lot of strategy here. Also, when your Creo evolve, they don't necessarily get more powerful. I mean, they will more often than not, but they could also change elements. So you actually have to think ahead of time about what you're doing when you evolve them, because you might actually put yourself at a disadvantage going forward in the game. Also, another difference to the original source material, which is obviously Pokemon, here it's a lot easier to level. You don't have to grind through the bushes to find Pokemon that are probably 15 levels below you and get minuscule amounts of XP at a time. There's actually arenas in every city, which replaces what would effectively be the gym, but you can battle in them as many times as you want. So you can keep getting a lot more XP from the various trainers, or in this case evokers, instead of just trying to grind out for hours. So it's not as repetitious, it's not as boring, there's not as much lull between the action. It keeps you engaged, the pacing is a lot better here. Because it's an app, they do of course have some paid features, however they don't really affect the game. For example, you will find throughout the process of playing the game little gems. I know you're familiar with the model, it's just like anything Facebook, Farmville, or any of those other apps. However, here they're not necessary, but if you do find them, or buy them with real money if you feel the urge, you can use them to get a random Creo that will be added to your collection. However, because it's random, you may get one you already have, you may get a super strong one you've never seen, so it's kind of hit or miss. And again, this is completely optional. You can still go through the whole game without doing this and not at all be at a disadvantage. You will still have fun, be able to do and play everything, so not necessary, just an extra bonus for people who want it. You can also go online. I don't know if it's cross-platform when you go online. I haven't tried it yet. I'm not much of a multiplayer person. However, you can at least play against other people on your platform, so iPad to iPad and or iPhone. Likewise, Droid tablet to a Droid phone, or probably the Ouya because it runs off the same thing. So you still have the functionality to battle with other people. I believe it has trading as well. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tried the multiplayer piece of it. I'm sorry, I'm slacking here. But even if you don't, I believe in this game you can actually capture everything without having to trade. So it's not going to be like Pokemon where you have to interact with a million different people to actually fill the Pokedex and get a completion thing. You can do it all with a playthrough of the game. So really, like I've said several times already, this is by far an improvement on the original game. For those of you that haven't played Pokemon, I don't know how you exist, but you may want to just play this first and skip over it. As much as I hate to advise against playing a major Nintendo franchise, this really is kind of better. The controls are actually pretty fluid. If you have an older Droid tablet, they might lag a little bit, but not so much that would take away from the experience. When you're exploring areas, there's a lot of little hidden things off the beaten path that you may or may not find right away, so there's a bit of exploration to it. There's a lot going on here. The colors all look really good. The music actually is astounding in this game. It's one thing I will definitely say is they have much better sound than you would have got with like the Game Boy or even the Nintendo 64. So right off the bat, you'll hear the difference in the games before you even start playing. So everything here really is just better and an improvement. And I know I'm saying a lot of positive things, and you may think I have a bias. The fact is I kind of do, because I may or may not be a character in the game. See screenshot here. But it's still a good game. I will never be that biased. I still 100% can say, great game, definitely recommend it, and it's 99 cents. I mean, we've all spent more on fries at Burger King, so it's not like you're out a whole lot if you hate it. Also, if you hate it, there's something seriously wrong with you. But I think I've rambled on enough. I've also run out of things to talk about because I don't know what else there is to say about a monster capture RPG. Despite it being an amazing game, it's not a new concept, so I don't really have to explain the whole inner workings of it. So just go check it out for yourself. And I've forgotten how to transition to an ending. So, bye.